Do you think that the Flash, if he really gets into it, does he get friction burns in his nether region? A question that we will hopefully never have the answer to, because I just hope I just hope for that man he would never do that to himself. But you know who's not going to do that to himself? This SCP that's called Cameraman. It's kind of ironic that I talk about the Flash, because there's a TikTok that was like the Flash who thinks he's the fastest man alive, and then he looks to the side and it's the cameraman. He's like running next to him, and he's just a little bit faster. I love that TikTok. I mean, that's also probably where like the whole cameraman joke stemmed from. That afterwards became huge in the meme community. But yeah, let's get into reading the Cameraman while you guys subscribe, like, and comment for me, please. It's a simple task. Unlike a cameraman, cameramen have a hard task, but you have a simple task, so please fulfill it. Safe. That's a very colorful camera. SCP-1491 is to be contained in a standard humanoid containment cell. No additional special procedures are required. Non-destructive testing requests are to be submitted to the relevant responsible directing researcher, presently Dr. Richard Littlefield. Here we have SCP-1491 doing test 4. Okay. SCP-1491 appears to the naked eye to be a 46-year-old Caucasian male formerly known as. When viewed via electronic or photographic media, SCP-1491 appears to be a brand fixed speed limit enforcement camera mounted on a pole with a combined total height of 3.1 meters. So that's why it's called a cameraman, because he looks like a man, but through photos and videos he looks like a camera. That must be hella confusing as like graduation photo. Everybody get together. Alright, say cheese. Okay, then what the... Yup, go. That's where Jacob is supposed to be. Like, why is there a camera in the photo? It's not like he pulled it out of anywhere. Like, how is this possible? SCP-1491 anomalous nature become known during a review by local law enforcement of CCTV recordings in. Imagine you get a speeding ticket, like speed camera catches you, and then you look at the footage and you just see a other camera looking back at this camera. You're like, wait, I'm what? Town center. Following an unrelated robbery, SCP-1491 was captured within its home following identification. Okay. Sorry about that. Lips acting up. Test log. Test 1. SCP-1491 subject in containment cell with no instruction. Subject viewed by eye and by video recording. Subject observed by eye to be human male. God, this is. There we go. Nope, not yet. Okay. God, it's annoying. There. Clothed in a standard issue Foundation humanoid SCP jumpsuit. Subject is observed sitting, pacing, and sleeping. Subject observed by video to be a brand speed camera. Subject appears to move with no obvious means of locomotion, standing upright with the base of its pole sliding along the floor. Subject was observed to hop up from the floor to the seat of the chair, where it sat, standing upright and immobile. Subject was observed laying rigid and immobile on the bed. It's almost like what's that game called that in Gmod, where you can disguise yourself as an object and you just slide That's what I'm thinking of. Notes, of particular interest to me is the rigid nature of the subject when sitting. What would have happened if the ceiling were lower? Dr. Littlefield. Oh yeah, good question. Does the camera just burst through the ceiling like a glitch? Test 2. Subject SB1491. Clear. Perspex box with lid. Dimensions 1.5 times 1.5 times 1, like 1.5 meter cubed. Subject instructed to sit inside the box and close the lid. Subject viewed by eye and by video recording. Subject observed by eye to climb into the box and sit cross-legged, closing the lid. Subject observed by video to hop into the box and close the lid. How a 3 meter tall object was able to fit into a 1.5 meter tall box without bending or folding in any way, I just don't know. I can see it happen on the video, but I can't explain it. And the more I look at it, the more my eyes water. Passing this to the physicist, Dr. Littlefield. Yeah, that must be. So it must look in such a way that's like unexplainable. It's not like it's shrinking. It just somehow like works. Test 3. SCP-1491 on one smaller rubber ball. Subject is instructed to pick up the ball from the table. Subject viewed by video by video recording. Ball appears to jump from the table and hover in mid-air next to the subject with no visible means of support. Ball lowers back to the table similarly. Subsequent inspection of the ball shows no anomalies. I started to wonder which to believe, my own eyes or the eye of the camera. Is this a camera that we think looks like a man, or is this a man who looks like who fools cameras into thinking it's a camera? I passed this one to the philosophers if we had any. Dr. Littlefield. I mean, you can just shake his hand, right? But again, that doesn't answer the question if it's actually a camera disguising itself as human, or if it's a human that makes cameras think it's a camera. Yeah. I can imagine that's very confusing to deal with. Test 4. SCP-1491-1. Brand car belonging to Dr. Littlefield. Subject instructed to stand aside, close test track at Sector 25, whilst the car was driven past at 130 km per hour by Dr. Littlefield. Subject viewed by video recording. Subject infrared flash is observed to operate. Dr. Littlefield received a fixed penalty notice speeding fine letter from police at his home address 4 days later. Further investigation found appropriate police records to match the letter, recording the offense as having occurred on a nearby road. I was driving on private land. I'm not paying it. Dr. Littlefield, yeah. But there's like you drive on private land, but there is a speeding camera there. What are you gonna do about it, bro? What are you gonna do about it? Like that. There was a speeding camera, and you sped up. Dr. Littlefield has been advised that the result test 4, though unanticipated, constitutes a minor containment breach, and that further tests of similar nature should be avoided. Yeah, I guess. But it's a minor, as I said. It's a minor one. This is a fun one, though. I like the idea very much behind it, because this SCP is basically sharing both sides of life, as a human and as a speed camera. God, imagine this guy just sits somewhere on a bench, and then all those people who like rev up the cars and just have to speed down the road for no reason. Like, even though there's like a stoplight right ahead of them, or there's like a speed bump or anything like that, but they still go like and just have to go all like max out just to hit the brakes as loud as they can and then stop. But then imagine being him, just sitting on the bench and seeing that and just and then next thing you know, the guy that guy gets a speeding ticket. It's like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure I drove somewhere where there's no camera. How in the fuck did this happen? And then family or loved ones are like, this is like, we always told you to behave on the road, man. Start a whole fight by having a man sit up on a bench who just happens to be a speed camera. You know, the usual.